Welcome back, YouTube. So it's starting to get later in the day. You know, the sun going down, and this the last little set of videos I'm finna do for today. But we probably finna upload them tonight, maybe. So if y'all like late time, like if y'all want me to start uploading at nighttime, because I be up down there 24/7 on Hood. Like nigga down there be up all day long. So if y'all want me to upload all day long, turn up these videos at nighttime too, and we keep these hoes coming. Hey, nigga don't got no job right now, so Hood, nigga, hey, I can upload damn near 15 videos a day on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we can get these done on Hood. But let's go ahead and react to this fight. This white boy saying he fought another white Crip inside the jail, I guess, or juvie. So we finna get to this video. I don't think he fought. I promise you, he probably didn't fight a real Crip. I promise you, with like facts, he didn't fight a real Crip. But either way it goes, we finna still get to the video. You know, I like to see little white boys fight like this. So yeah, let's get to the video. Hold on. Yeah. Okay.
So your very favorite YouTube series pertaining to prison, Tales from the Jungle, episode 4. A common question I get asked is, people ask this like just constantly, did you ever get any fights in jail or prison? And personally, I mean, I almost think that's kind of an absurd question. Like, I mean, they say there are no dumb questions, but like, of course I got in fights whenever I was in jail.
You're white. You gonna get into some fights.
You basically have to. If you don't, and
you're white.
Fight,
you gonna get into some fights.
Really quick. You're gonna start taking your lunch trays. They might take more than that.
Nigga, they taking your shit and they gonna disrespect your ass.
Most people fight at the drop of a hat, but whether you're quick to anger or slow to anger, if it comes down to it, certain lines are crossed, you have to fight. If you don't, you're going to be in big trouble. So I guess it just kind of depends on, you know, where your honor line is at. Some things are absolutely, you must fight. If you don't fight whenever it happens, then your whole prison bit's about to take a firm turn for the worse. Like, if somebody calls you a bitch, you have to swing on them immediately. Hands down, it's a hot button word. Somebody calls you anything feminine normally, but bitch is definitely. But if they call you hoe, slut, girl, woman, bitch, panty boy, sissy, pump, anything that has a feminine or gay connotation, you have to attack immediately. Like, don't ever call anybody that in jail and prison unless you are prepared to defend yourself.
It sounds like you watched a lot of videos about this.
Simply, for some reason, being gay is basically regarded as the least respectable thing that you can be, alongside being a sex offender or a snitch.
Gangbangers don't mess with gay people, sexual offenders, or gay people, or snitches.
That's the way that the prison world is.
That's
facts. One of the
facts.
least respected things that you can be is in that category. So certain
A
things,
snitch, especially a fucking snitch, or no, really,
and if you don't, and people hear about
fucking
it, like,
rapist.
one of
That's
the worst
the
things
lowest.
Say about you in prison is, bro, hey, he called him a bitch. He didn't even do anything, dude. Hey man, hey, Billy called Bobby a bitch. He didn't even swing on him. They're gonna be like, damn, and the next thing you know, you're scared to fight. The next thing you know, it gets around that you're obviously scared to fight, and then, you know, dudes will be trying you, and you just, like, it's really not even necessarily so much about whether or not you win or lose. People will respect it as long as you throw as hard as you can. You get in there and get your ass whooped or whatever, it's fine, dude. At least they know they can't take anything from you, you know? The fact that you will fight is enough to deter a whole lot of people. It doesn't matter if they think they can beat your ass, because all 1,000+ dudes in prison think they can beat all the other 1,000 dudes' asses. It's the biggest paradox I've ever met. How in the hell am I on a prison yard with 1,500 guys, and every single one of them is the toughest dude on the prison yard? Real funny how that works, dude. It's real strange. But anyways, you have to fight, period. You're going to get tried shortly after you get there. And if you don't do it, word's going to get around, you're scared to fight, and then your commissary's forfeit. And like I said, possibly more if you go to a rough enough prison. But anyways, so I figured that I would tell today the most memorable of the fights that I got in. I was pretty wild in high school, as a lot of people remember. I really regret the way that I acted whenever I was younger. I think most of us do. Maybe me more so than others, but I'm not sure. So
yeah,
luckily I was no stranger to, you know, fighting at the drop of a hat, particularly over something ignorant.
Yeah.
But I also got enough practice to where I was able to defend myself. And I've been pretty lucky up to this point as far as my jail and prison fights. I'd always turned out quite well.
Quite
I'm not
well.
a person anymore, so I don't want to be like, bro, I beat these dudes' ass or nothing like that. But it was definitely apparent that I didn't lose the fights that I got in. But in this case, I got to run for my money. And it's really funny because I didn't like the guy very much, but afterwards we became really good friends. But anyways,
Nigga,
He
y'all.
was actually
Okay,
a
I
white
understand
Crip.
that. I
I don't know
understand
if you've
that.
seen my YouTube channel or not. I would love to talk to him again and catch up with him and maybe make a video out of that if I could. But he was a white Crip. He's from Memphis, Tennessee. We're just gonna call him Freak. He had a nickname, but it was kind of similar to that. But and you know.
All right. I know I really wasn't trying to pause throughout this whole thing, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. Cuz was not a real Crip, bro. Like Cuz was not, bro. If it was a real Crip, he would be with the black people, bro. He wouldn't be with these white people claiming Crip. You know what I'm saying? Like, that nigga was not a real Crip, fam. Like, don't even speak that nigga as he was a real Crip, fam. I know you can't hear me, fam, but real talk, don't call that nigga a real Crip, because that nigga was not a real Crip. He from Tennessee, my nigga. A white Crip from Tennessee? Oh, hell no.
He was a white dude, but he was 100% verified. He was an authentic Crip. He was a very good businessman. He's about his money. He handled his business. He represented his gang, you know.
That don't mean shit.
He wasn't on any kind of, you know, I don't know how to put it. He wasn't doing dumb stuff. He was certified and accepted as a Crip. So don't think it's belittled by the fact that he was white.
Bro, nigga, I am.
Face tattoos, all that.
That don't mean shit, bro. That don't mean
shit. But I owed him like $10 worth of stamps or something like that, and it was probably for something to smoke. But anyways, I got up this morning and I was on my way to visitation. My really good friend Chelsea and her mom had come to see me, which was like a 4-hour drive, maybe more than that, to come see me. And I was getting up, so it was like 10 o'clock in the morning or something.
Just call this nigga Crip one more time, my nigga.
We start getting ready for this visit, and I went down to go ask my other friend something. He was cellmates with him. They were still in a 3-man cell. If I'm not mistaken, the 3-man cell is supposed to be illegal. But,
yeah, it's really just supposed to be 2 in a cell.
And a guy that I was pretty casual with. You know, I was on good terms with these 3 dudes. One of them I was really close with. I went down there to ask him something, and while I was in line to check the computer before I went down there, Freak was there standing in line next to me. And he said something about the money that I owed him or something like that, and I was still not even supposed to give it to him for like 2 more days. And I can't remember word for word what happened, but there was an exchange, and he said something about, and I was like, you can't be hassling me for money whenever I don't even owe it to you yet. Like, I'm not late on it, you know. You can start talking whenever I don't have it when I told you I would have it. And he said something about putting his shoes on. When somebody says they're putting their shoes on, it means they're going to get ready to fight. So I went back up to my cell and I put my shoes on.
I'll put my shoes on. That's a white
boy. We had a little argument, right? It was nothing too serious. It was all good.
That's a white boy for real. I will put my shoes on. Get your stupid ass.
You can't be asking me for money that I don't owe you yet. I told you a date. You can't be talking shit before the day comes. But as he was standing there and we were arguing about it in the cell, he said, "You're a pussy dog." And so, as I've said before, when somebody calls you something feminine, you can't make a joke out of it and say, "Pussy, you are what you eat, you dickhead," or something like that. You gotta say, "Punch."
Run that shit. Nigga, you really supposed to just crack off on me, bro.
At that point, which really goes to show how much he was not expecting me to fight, I guess, because you don't say something to somebody or, you know, initiate a fight in any way and then turn away from them.
He thought you was pussy.
Started to turn back towards the door, at which point I reared back and hit him with a right. And
he said, "I hit him with a right."
Get out here, and I busted the R pretty good. I heard later on that we were. I think that he might have got a little cauliflower ear from it, but I think that it pretty much took the ink off right there, so it said Cape after that, CA_IP. Caught him in the ear, caught him pretty good. Didn't knock him stupid or anything. He turned around, swung at me once. I had my hands up. You know, you keep a hand up to defend yourself. I'm not going to sit here and try to impress everybody on YouTube with my air shadow boxing, so I don't want
anybody to air shadow boxing.
Well, he don't know what he's doing. I'm not sitting here trying to, you know, convincingly pantomime that I know how to fight. I'm not concerned about everybody else's opinion about whether or not I can. I never have been. When it's time, it's time. That's,
when it's time, it's
the way
time.
I look at it. I'm not egotistical about it anymore. But, so he turned around. He swung a little right at me. I kind of brushed off with my left hand, and I think I swung another one at his chin or something like that. This is how complacent I had gotten fighting in prison, because like I said, I had done well up to now, you know. I had done quite well. I was doing good. I'd won many fights, and winning fights will make you an arrogant fuck. You will start thinking that just nobody can mess with you and blah, 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 and all this terrible, dumb stuff. This dude swung a left at me, and I cannot even tell you how long it had been.
He hit you with that left hand.
Like, I've seen the dudes that don't put any weight behind their punches. They don't wind them up. They just do like this. That's not like this left. This was a well-placed, very powerful, wind-up swing left that I did not see coming. So obviously I've got my hand up like this, which is, you know, blocking his right side. This dude put this left right here. I mean, man, this dude clocked
he got
me
that job
like a brick. I mean, this dude had a mean left hand. I had to
He
see
caught that jaw.
To this day, I don't remember if he was actually even left-handed or not. But man, the dude
Hey,
put
left
that
hand.
right where
Hey,
he wanted.
what
He
it
actually
is?
split my gum because my mouth was open. For some reason, you don't open your mouth when you fight. But I used to have a real bad habit of talking smack whenever I would fight people. So I was probably saying something. You can actually see footage of that. If my buddy Bailey would ever cough it up, footage of a fight I got in. I used to talk smack whenever I fought. Man, that's a terrible idea because when he swung, my tooth cut through my gum. I mean, like it had to be about 2 millimeters from showing through my cheek right here, bro. I mean, I thought I was going to go to the hospital. I still got a little lump of scar tissue right there. It was gnarly. Well, so he punched me like that, and I'm talking about, man, I thought I was seeing stars for a second. So naturally, I kind of tried to throw up an elbow because he kind of came at me. These 3-man cells is like the size of half of a public bathroom, like the size of like a stall in a public bathroom. So there's not a lot of room to fight. Almost all fights in a stall will end up grappling, you know. So I tried to throw up an elbow. I'm pretty sure I caught him a good elbow on the chin. And he grappled up with me, and I hit the edge of the bed, like the floor bed, not the bunk rack, and I fell down. Whenever I fell down, I tried to twist with him, and my elbow is still janked up to this day. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a good angle of it, but yeah. From getting in fights in prison, man, my left elbow is janky. It still gets real sore sometimes, man.
That shit look nasty, my nigga.
People would grapple up with me, we'd go down, and my elbow would hit the floor just over and over. A lot different than that side.
That shit is sticking out like a fucking
So we went
bone.
down, right? My elbow, like, fractured on the ground, and I was trying to catch my other elbow into the side of his head, but he actually pushed off on my chest and stood up. And let me tell you, most of the time in prison when you get in a fight with somebody and you're on the ground and they're standing up, it's about to end badly for you.
Yeah, they're gonna stump your shit in, cuz.
99% of the time, prison's not about fighting with honor or making your point. It's about hurting the other person.
As much as possible, making their ass bleed on hood. Clean, my nigga.
Faces and melt their faces off. So I hit them with weapons.
Slice their face on hood, poke a nigga.
Proving your point, or you know, whatever you want to call it. It's about doing as much damage as you possibly can. So
Facts.
I pretty much expected this
That's
dude to
street
start
fights
stomping
too.
on my trachea, kicking my temple in or something like that. But, he just stood there, actually. And I was definitely in the vulnerable position here. And he asked if I was done or something like that, at which point my friend jumped out of his bed and pushed Freak off of me, and he, you know, and they got us up and all that stuff, and man, my mouth was so full of blood, bro. I was like, I'm going to visit in 10 minutes, man, you son of a bitch, bro, you fucking split my shit, man, damn, bro. I had to go get in the shower, my elbow was streaming blood, my mouth had a huge gash in it, like I couldn't even eat, dude. The next day, my shit was so swollen, man. But anyway, so I went up there, I had to jump in the shower to get this visitation. My teeth are pink, I'm sitting there wondering how in the hell I'm gonna get past, because you gotta get strip searched leaving a visitation. So even if I can get past the guards going in there, on my way out, they're gonna be like, the hell happened to you? Your face is all janked up on this side, man, your elbow's busted, like you obviously got in a fight, and they can lock you in the shoe for a long time, and even if they find evidence that you did get in a fight, they can ship you to another prison of a higher security setting. So I was pretty paranoid about that. I jumped in the shower, brushed my teeth, spitting it all out. So word was getting around really quickly that I had swung on Freak, because I was always such a laid back and just friendly dude and not affiliated with gangs and stuff like that, that I didn't really have a lot of altercations or problems with this prison, man. I mean, it's all about attitude, really, and I wasn't looking for trouble.
Hell yeah.
I didn't, you know, I wouldn't try to avoid it if it was coming my way, and it could not be avoided, you know, but I didn't go out of my trouble to cause anything, so I think a lot of people were really surprised that, like, little friendly, funny dude, Spider-Man over here, you know,
Spider-Man
swung off on Freak, who was a well-respected member of, you know, and this wasn't anything that could have gotten out of hand, like all of a sudden the Crips are against me, you know, like Freaky holds his own, and he speaks for himself and all that stuff, and they weren't on that kind of stuff, you know, just like...
Nah, my nigga, that's what I'm saying. If he was a real Crip fan, they would have been on that nigga ass. They would have been on your ass, on hood. Alright, bro, ain't no nigga, and you white, and you be a Crip, my nigga, yeah, they would have been on your ass. Dub, you white, and you others, nah, nigga, they would have, especially if you didn't fuck cuz up at all, on hood, oh yeah, they would have been on your ass, on hood. I mean, especially if you would have fucked cuz up a little bit. Like, it sound like they saying you swung on that nigga like you were trying to be about the action or something.
About this one dude, it was all good. I was still friends with a lot of the other Crips there whenever this happened, but so I went and took my shower, come back down to get ready for my visit, and I went in there, and they were bleaching the floor because there was blood on the floor from his ear, my mouth, and elbow and all that. They were cleaning the floor up, and I can't remember why I went in there. I said something to somebody or something like that. I think I might even just said, like, bro, leave me alone, bro. I'm going to have your money. Like, you can't be talking shit before I'm supposed to have it. And as I turned to walk out, he was like, hey, look, hey, I respect it. He said it first, you know. He's like, hey, I respect it, dude. You know, I shouldn't have said what I said, man. I respect that you swung off, man. I respect it. We kind of, you know, all right, cool. So I went to visitation. They bought me a pizza, which pretty much plugged this hole. I actually thought I was gonna have to go to the hospital, bro. When I say this hole in my mouth was like
nigga, how
a
can you
millimeter
eat?
away from my cheek, I'm not kidding you. The next day, my face was swelled up like this, and they came back for a second day visit. So I told the dudes that I had a gum infection. And a lot of the times, the COs aren't really
They don't give a fuck
about it. I mean, they know we fight in there, man. You gotta have a real bad popo ass, snitching ass, beady-eyed little bastard to actually try and lock you up for a fight that he can't prove happening. So like a few days after this, Freak was tired of being in that 2-man cell or that 3-man.
Hold on. I don't want to even say, bro, on Hood, this nigga that when I was locked up and shit, bro, this nigga got bit by a motherfucking spider on his cheek. On Hood, he had a big ass puff on his cheek, bro. The only thing they gave him was like some motherfucking ibuprofen or something, bro. They just gave. I don't even think they gave Cuz no shit for the longest on Hood. Like that nigga just had his shit swollen on Hood. Like for the longest, they didn't, bro. They barely did shit. They didn't take him nowhere for him. Like that nigga was pissed for like a whole damn near 3-4 days on Hood. Like his second day in that bitch, like dude had a big ass spider bite on his face on Hood. They didn't do shit, bro, cause I'm already known on Hood.
So he wanted to come to a 2-man cell, and he actually ended up paying my then cellmate quite a sum of money to switch beds with him, so he could go into the 2-man, and my then cellmate would get the 3-man bed. And then the plan was for me to shortly thereafter find, alternate housing myself. And we became cellmates for like a pretty good while. And Freak was actually, we became pretty good friends, I personally think that if you're a real man and you're confident in yourself, you can have a fight with somebody, and even that includes your already good friends. If you guys can't duke it out and then get over it, no matter who won or who lost or if it was a tie or whatever, you probably weren't really friends to begin with. And there, it's funny because, like I said, me and Freak didn't really always get along. We didn't really see all that eye to eye. There was kind of some little, some abrasion between our personalities, I guess you could say. But after this, man, we got really close. And he was actually a really good friend of mine. We had respect for each other. It just kind of cleared the air with us. I got his money on time for what it's worth. I was going to anyways. I gave him his
he just fucked you up for no
reason. Either way,
he fucked your ass up for no reason.
I still got a little lump right there, man. It healed up surprisingly. And as you can tell, my elbow looks like an eagle's beak.
Yeah, it's still fucked up.
Man.
You still fucked up, my nigga. He fucked you up.
My first bid, I always did alright in my fights. That's the closest one that I could say saying that.
Alright, I'm going to end in there because that's the end of the fight story. I'm not going to have y'all watch the rest of this shit. Like, we already 10 minutes in. I'm pretty sure most of y'all ain't going to make it this far either way it goes. So, yeah, see safe, Wolfpack, on gang, Hood.
On the tip, Crip, blue rag, that's Crip shit. Cripolette, that's a Crip bitch, yeah. And in the set we smoke Crip sticks. Every bitch suck the Crip dick, true. Still crippin' like Tookie was. Hope the sheriff don't book me, cuz, straight up. And we ain't dancing, we Crip walk. Shut up, bitch, it's a Crip talk.